crazy. Wendy's gone off the cliff and down to the river below. Yes, indeed. You guys can call me crazy, think I'm foolish, whatever you want to think about what we are going to do. But please be kind. If you don't have something nice to say, please refrain from saying it. Because you guys, yes, we are doing it. Yes, we are. We are doing the sugar fasting rotation protocol that I have put together, and it's a 40-day challenge. So you guys, come on back, because I'm going to explain it all. Well, everybody, you heard us right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, all you new folks, and welcome back, everybody, to Loving It on Keto. And there is so much craziness regarding the sugar fast and the sugar diet that I have been looking into it. I have been reading. I have gone back to my vegan days with all my books to read and research and watch to figure out if I felt like being able to do this protocol for 40 days, and we decided yes, we are.
Oh, I'm liking it.
Now, well, that's because you just got grape juice today at the store, and he's like, oh my God, I'm loving this so far.
Oh yeah, this is great.
He loves grapes.
Oh, yeah,
so
I'm a grape nut. Grapes.
So here's the deal, and this is why we are doing it. As our longtime viewers have seen, over the past couple of years, basically since COVID, we have gradually gained our weight back, no matter what we did, no matter what protocol we did. And some of the high-fat, high-protein stuff that we did made me very queasy and actually had me not lose any weight or gain some weight. And like I said, Harry and I used to be vegan. We were vegan for 6 years.
Right.
Whole food, plant-based diet, McDougall, Esselstyn, all of those folks.
Yep.
I had every single book, every single everything, and we did that. And it worked in the beginning until it didn't. And if I had known that we could have added fruit, because we were not adding fruit. It was a pure vegetable, tofu kind of diet that we were on. Or that I could have rotated in some lean protein, that would have been fabulous. Because what I am seeing from all the years that I have dieted, all the diet protocols work if you work the plan. However, the ones that seem to be the most successful are where you take one or more of the macros. And the 3 macros I'm talking about is protein, fat, and carbohydrates. And carbohydrates include all the sugars and all the plant kingdom, right? So I pulled out my rice diet books, right? Because we were looking into healing Harry's heart.
Correct.
He had quadruple bypass surgery, and the doctor was a Seventh-day Adventist. He told Harry we can't eat anything with a face, anything with a mother. You know, this is what you need to do, the whole protocol. And I dove head on, head first, didn't look back, and did it. And we both lost weight and started feeling good until we didn't. And I think the reason is, first of all, vitamin B12 was depleted. And Harry had a silent heart attack.
Right.
And we didn't know that either. So there were several reasons. So we looked into the ketogenic sphere and we jumped into that, and that's where we have been.
For another 6 years.
6 years. It's been 6 years. And I have been having issues with my health as far as having surgeries. And you can see today I can move my neck. That DRX 9000 really
that thing is a godsend, man.
Fabulous. It's a fabulous thing. And
I would, before I get a back operation or a neck operation, I would find somebody with
that has it
and try it out, because he talked me out of getting the operation on my back. He said, just let me try this for like 6 weeks and let's see what happens.
We're putting that, just a picture of me in that unit right here.
Right here, yeah. It was her yesterday.
I've got 12 pounds of pressure.
That's, yeah, see that treatment load right there? It says 12 pounds is being, it's pulling her neck. This is the rhythm of the way it's pulling. Like up is pull, down is release. And then she's on this thing over here.
It's allowing the blood to flow into the bulging discs.
Right.
So that they're getting oxygen and blood so they can be sucked back into the disc and heal. Now we don't have my results back, but just from the x-rays he can see that I have 3 bulging discs at least. And we can start this until we get the MRI results and then go from there as far as other things like an adjustment or something. So now back to the sugar fasting diet. Walter Kempner in the 1930s was able to heal hypertension to some people that were going to die within a few months.
Right.
Atherosclerosis, which is heart disease. He was able to help with the kidneys, the liver, all kinds of things, morbidly obese people, and you can read more about Dr. Kempler. And he did that using fruits and rice, and it was called, respectfully, the rice diet. It was in Durham, North Carolina or South Carolina, I can't remember which one, but it was the university. And they brought patients from all over the world, and it went on for decades. And it's still going on, although that has closed. Dr. Kempler died at 94, 95, somewhere around it. He died at a very old age.
Yeah, he had a long life.
And in the absence of fat and the lowest protein possible, he was able to do the cure.
Right.
And that diet evolved as well. And as people started healing, they were allowed to add vegetables. They were allowed to start adding very lean protein, being monitored depending on what they were there for specifically. If it was a kidney disease or something like that, they still limited the protein. Now, rice has protein. Rice has about 8 grams of protein in it. And he tried to keep everything as low as possible, and people lost weight and thrived on it. Now, they were under doctor's supervision. He also restricted their salt 100%, and that was because of the kidney issues and hypertension that he was doing. So there were some caveats to why, but being able to lose weight, eating fruits, drinking fruit juices, and starch, with the main starch being rice, at least in the beginning, worked, and it reversed heart issues. It reversed so many things in the time where we didn't have over-the-counter or medical information or drugs. Blood pressure medicine, they did not have that. So you had to heal yourself with food. So
that should tell you a lot right there.
Yes, Harry and I have been struggling with the ketogenic diet over the past several years, basically since we got over COVID and we got the monoclonal antibody along with everything. It just seems to not be working the way we need it to for us and our bodies. And it's time for us to make a change and do a different type of protocol. When you're on something a very long time, your body gets used to it and starts working in a way that helps spare your body from losing weight. And I know that there are just as many doctors out there that believe in a high carb, low protein, low fat diet as there are and the doctors that are in the ketogenic sphere. I absolutely 100% know that. And I have seen all the doctors, what they're saying about the sugar fasting diet and the sugar fasting protocol. And they can say what they want. However, I feel like if somebody's going to come out and be negative about someone who is doing it that's working for them, they need to do it as well to prove n equals 1.
Right.
If you have not been there and done that, and done it in the way that Harry and I are going to do it, then I think those people need to be quiet and just watch and learn. See if they're good, bad, and the ugly with how we do it for us and our bodies. We are not telling you, because we are not doctors, we are not professionals, we're not medical in any way, shape, or form. However, I read and I research and I look and I try to find out as much information about something before I jump in. I just don't jump in blind.
No, never.
So please don't come after us and don't get angry with us, because we're still going to be keto, but I'm doing this protocol for 40 days.
Right.
I really want to do it. And the reason why is we were actually doing the hyperketosis diet where we were adding fruit, 2 portions of fruit per day and 6 portions of vegetables a day minimum, with low lean protein source twice a day, 4 ounces each, or 6 ounces if it was a seafood. And we feel fantastic doing that.
Oh, but really good.
I mean,
a lot of energy,
a
man.
lot of things have changed. And I thought, well, let's take it one step further, because I really feel if you're from a carnivore, ketovore, or a very limited keto diet, you need to step very lightly into this by adding some berries, some non-starchy vegetables, see how you feel, because the challenge is your gut biome is not going to be ready for fruits and vegetables and starches. So you may need to take a good probiotic and ease yourself in a little bit.
I would have to say, remember where you're at.
I will.
I have to say that I think that was the best way for me to go about it.
Yes.
Because when we started doing the hyperketosis, I was really leery, and I started off by just having a few berries.
We did a little bit.
Yeah, very little bit amount. And then we built up from there. We used a month to actually get to where we're at now. And that's when Wendy started talking really seriously about
doing this.
And I said, I'm right there with you.
Well,
I feel fabulous.
I told him, I said, I don't know if you should be doing this. It's up to you. I'm not telling you have to do this, but I can do it, and you can stay on the hyperketosis diet, or you can go back to keto.
Well, the last blood test that we took, which was after we started this, shows a lot of really positive stuff, which I went over before.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's some pros and cons to what we're going to do, because I am also want to get nutritional value from the products I eat. I think it's just like every other diet. There's dirty keto, and there's wholesome, grass-fed, really strict keto. And then there's people that fall somewhere in between. Yeah. So I think it's the same with the sugar fast. The sugar fasting diet and the sugar diet. Those are 2 separate things. And I'll explain that, because we are going to be rotating the sugar fasting diet with the sugar diet protocol, and I have it all listed out, and will explain that to everybody. Now, this is going to go long today. We are going to, tomorrow, we're going to weigh ourselves. We're going to measure ourselves so that we have a baseline. Monday, we go see the new doctor. I'm going to talk to him at length about what we are doing.
Right.
Talk to him about suggestions for any supplementation. Because it's very, very important.
If he's almost sort of at the same mindset we are.
Yeah, he's going to have to get to know us. He's brand new. I know Dr. Opila would say, fine, Wendy, I understand it. You know your body, and just watch out for things. Some things for your keto folks, if you're going to do this, is it can make you cause weight in the beginning, and you can feel a little bit odd because you're adding back fructose, glucose, sucrose back into your system. So you need to do it. I wouldn't just stop being carnivore and grab the grape juice. No. I think you would be sick to your stomach, and it would cause some issues. So that is a caveat. And we have gradually a thing that I have done this past week is we are eating our fruit portion of the hyperketosis diet in the morning. both
Yeah.
portions, nice bowl of fruit.
Right.
And then our other 2 meals have had the vegetables. And that made me think, wow.
In fact, here's the fruit we had this morning
Yep.
right here.
Yep.
I'm going to show it to you.
So I have 2 bowls of fruit. These are cereal bowls. They're full. I'm going to put Manuka honey that we bought a while back. You can use that, or you can use raw, unfiltered honey on your berries. There is half a banana in here. Let me go down in here. Well, here, let's put the honey on first. I just put some honey on. You also can use table sugar. Just putting some honey. And since this is the spoon that's going to go, there's bananas under here. There, those are the bananas. There's blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. And I'm just putting some honey on here for my calories. Manuka honey has medicinal properties to it, but it is expensive. Costco has a larger jar of it. We bought this a long time ago for Sally Girl because it's healthy for animals, but she just isn't as happy with it as we thought she would be. So I'm using it because it was expensive and it's got some additional qualities to it. So there you go. That is our breakfast. If I had a little bit of juice, which I think we do, don't we, Harry? Have some juice left for you? Did you drink it all? Anyway, we're going to eat this, break
All
our
gone.
fast, and go from there. So I just wanted to share, everybody. Well, we started the this protocol today. We
Yeah.
started it. So
Yeah.
that had Manuka honey and all of those fruits. And then we decided we needed to go shopping and buy some staples. And we're going to share that right here with you. Shopping at Safeway. If you're into kombucha, make sure it does not have any of the protein or milk products in it. It's just straight kombucha and it's 0 fat. You can have dates, and I love dates. Look at this, all of this. You can have cranberries, raisins, all of the mixed and dried fruits. And they're on sale right now. What kind of dates are these? I'm getting a bag of dates. You have to be careful with dates because they are more starchy. So I would start with 1 or 2 or 3 dates in a day and go from there. But I'm getting one of these. I used the rest of my strawberries this morning, so I'm going to get another strawberry. I'm going to get another raspberry. I have blueberries, but I don't have blackberries. So I'm getting these, my fruits. I'm coming right behind you. I love pineapple. Harry does not, so I'm getting myself some pineapple.
Yeah, that's all yours.
And yours is?
Yep, there's my cantaloupe.
Harry loves cantaloupe. I'm not as big a fan as cantaloupe.
That's okay, because I'm not a big fan.
If you don't like cutting and dicing stuff and you don't have time for this, look at all these prepackaged things you guys can get. Look at all of them, including grapes. Really nice. This is our Safeway store, and they've done a great job with their fruits and vegetables. Now I need some bananas. These bananas are on sale, I think, still, or they were for 89 cents a pound. So that's really good. On your vegetable day, you can have your baby carrots. And of course, we always try to get organic if we can. If it's a cost thing for you, you don't need to. Just get regular, conventionally grown products. Okay, let's go to the canned fruit section. You have to be careful with containers of dried fruits because this one has oil in it. It's bananas and it's organic, but you guys, total fat is 10 grams. So read your labels. A lot of people love Mango. This mango would be good. There's totally 0 fat in it. And you want to make sure there's no fat in any of this. But there's milk and egg. No, there's not. That was processed with nuts. So just be careful if you're buying a container of frozen or dried fruit. Read the ingredients always. They stick oil in everything. So let's go over here. So you can use sauces, just make sure they do not have any fat in them. This one has 0.5, so I wouldn't get that one. There's different ones, and I would look through all of them to see if there's one that doesn't have fat in it that you can use, like a sweet chili sauce, right? Sweet chili sauce has 0 calories. It's the one they use for Panda Express. You can make sweet and sour chicken, sweet and sour beef with your very lean meat and not fry it. Put it in a non-stick pan, cook your chicken, put this in there with some bell peppers, carrots, and onion, and you're gonna have sweet and sour chicken, right? So that's a great thing. I have some sweet chili sauce at home that I got, and the Signature Select is $3, and it's got 0 fat. So you need to look for your 0 fats. Same with your srirachas and your vinegars, all of those things. And just look through here and find something you really like that you can add. And I would use the serving size that it says too, because if it's less than 1 gram of fat, they don't have to list it necessarily. You want to read the actual ingredients too. That's always important. So I just thought that was cool. Same with Mexican, right? You want to check the ingredients, make sure it does not have the fats, there's no hidden oils in it, and get the one that you like the best, that you can put on your meat. If you want something, you can put some green chilies on the day for your vegetables. This would be considered a vegetable day that you're using the sauce on, right? So I just wanted to share that. You can get no sugar added fruit and add your own if you do not want high fructose corn syrup, but it's not going to bother you, or GMO. You can do no sugar added, which is in water, but it's artificially sweetened. So you want to read your canned fruit and do the best you can do. Light syrup, which is extra light. There's no fat in here, and it's peaches, water, and sugar. So this is great for the sugar fasting diet. You can pour this in a container and slightly freeze it too and use it in a smoothie. Use the whole thing with that sugar, will make it sweet and delicious. So I'm gonna get a couple of these. I'll tell ya, you heat the peaches, put some cinnamon and brown sugar on it, heat it, and you've got tastes like a pie. You're eating peach pie. It's delicious. Organic pears are on sale. They're cheaper. No, they're a little bit more expensive, but I'm going with them, and they're in organic pear juice, so I'm going with them. So read the back if you want heavy syrup, light syrup, organic, conventional, whatever you want, that's what you need to get. So I'm getting a couple of these. Let me see what else I got. Fruit cocktail. I'm not a fruit cocktail person. I never have it. You can have cranberry sauce. You can have canned cranberries if you want to. You can have some maraschino cherries if you want. You can get mandarin oranges. You can have some mandarin oranges and light syrup. Any of the fruits. You just want it. You can have applesauce. So you can have pastas, dry pastas, if you're not gluten intolerant or any allergies to it. They make pasta with rice, they make gluten-free. You just have to make sure they haven't added any fat to it, right? This looks interesting to me. Cauliflower gnocchi. Let me read this. So this is basically potatoes, allergen. Where's the calories? Where's the fat? There's no fat in it, so you can have it. But if you're allergic to wheat, you can't. You have to read the label. You can have the packaged goods as long as they do not have any fat in them, and there's no fat listed in any of this. Now there's non-fat milk in here, but there's no protein and there's no fat. So you could potentially use this if you wanted to. Jasmine rice is on sale for $8.99 for this big huge container, so I would use it.
We need our please.
Do you like pulp or no pulp?
None.
No pulp?
Right.
Okay, so we'll get the Florida. And then I want, you can get cranberry juice. You can get watermelon simply, strawberry, 2 for $6. Even fruit punch is allowed. You want to use fruit juice or coconut water to make your smoothies with, right? So you want to make sure you have that. And you can drink Minute Maid lemonade, real lemonade. But you don't want the one that says 0 sugar, you want the one that's made with sugar. You can also get canned and jarred shelf-stable juice if you need to have that because you don't have room in your refrigerator. Just look for the best purely organic pineapple juice. Look for stuff that's on sale. They've got guava nectar, mango nectar. Just look at the back and make sure you're getting one that works. Cereal's allowed as long as there's no fat. A lot of people are eating Frosted Flakes. But remember, you have to put juice on it, no dairy.
Well, instead of milk?
Yep. Let me see.
That's interesting.
Yep, how are Rice Krispies? Rice Krispies are great. Oatmeal, plain oatmeal is great, or sweetened with sugar. You want maple brown sugar oatmeal and you can have it. Nope, it's got 2 grams of fat. So you have to be careful and read the back. So you can have candy, however you cannot have any of this because this is chocolate and fat, starch, and sugar all together in one big lump, and that is a huge no-no. It really is. Sour blueberry strips, Joyride, no fat. There's no fat, Nerds, Sour Patch, Nerds, Sour Patch, if you want to go that route, which we aren't. Anyway, just wanted to share that with everybody. The Simply Juice was on sale, 2 for $6, and we got grape.
So good.
We got grape, we got watermelon, we got peach. You guys, it's delicious.
Orange juice. I like it without the pulp. I think she likes it with the pulp.
Anyway, let's get into the sugar fasting rotation protocol 40-day challenge. Kim Halper has been given this. She will post it on our Loving It on Keto with Wendy fans Facebook page. You do not have to do it. I don't want arguing and fighting over this between all of you lovely people. We love you, we respect you, be kind and respectful to other folks. Everybody has a different outlook and a different opinion. Even in the keto sphere, even a carnivore, disagreeing with what the keto folks are doing. So please, 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 do not add any links in your comments. That is bad protocol that is against YouTube rules.
Yeah, they call it spamming.
It's called spamming, non-solicited. Anything that somebody has to link and click on and it will take them away from the channel you are watching is not allowed.
Yeah, it's called
please,
spamming.
Please,
they really frown on it, so.
do not do that, because once we go in there, it'll be deleted. And it's just something that's not necessary, because trust me, I have heard all of the doctors that are out there and all of the naysayers and the good ones too. So my eyes are wide open going into this with everyone, and we will share honestly and openly our progress, our weight. We will show if we had, headaches or any odd feelings or anything like that. We're going to share that with everybody as well. Now, this is my list of foods that I have on here are not absolute. You can add other things that are in that group. I just put the most prevalent ones that I see. Now, caveat, if you're lifting weights, if you're really into doing a cut and all of those things, Mark Smelly Bell, Colt Robinson, these guys have been working with this diet. There aren't any, to my knowledge, folks like Harry and I. I'm 71, he's 70. We're more stationary.
I'm a young one.
We're not out to look ripped or do heavy weights, and I want to see how it works for folks that are in our age group and are in our position as far as sedentary. Pardon me, I want to see if it works. I want to see how it works, because it might be just the thing you need. Because I am tired of playing yo-yo with the same 20 pounds and not being able to get down past that. And I want to get thin and healthy at the same time. And I am so upset that authoritarian people, doctors, are saying that fruits and vegetables have no nutritional value. God, I am a Christian, Harry is a Christian. God would not have put his people in a garden and had them eat the fruit and the vegetables therein if he did not design our bodies to have that. Now, after the sin and after that, he allowed folks to also consume animal flesh, but he has rules that apply to that too, about what animals you can and can't eat, and fish of the sea, and all of those things. And I feel that that is an herbivore, or what we have been doing and we feel best on, having a little protein. I think that when Harry and I started uptick is when we started adding more fat and more protein. And the original keto diet is a high fat, lower, moderate protein, low carb diet. That's the internet one. Dr. Eric Westman has limited the fats, because he said you will use the fat from your body to burn. If you limit the fats, if you're eating too many fats, your body's going to use that for energy and leave your fat storage alone. So there's so many different caveats to this. I think that all of the camps, all of those doctors have valid reasons for saying what they say. Part of it has to do with selling products that they sell and the things they believe in. And I know one person who flipped was Paul Saldino, who now eats fruit and honey and raw milk. And I know a lot of the carnivores have added some fruits and or honey and or raw dairy to their regime, because a lot of folks in the ketogenic lifestyle, that includes low carb, ketogenic, ketovore, carnivore, have stopped and or gained weight and just can't move on from this protocol. So I'm doing this to see if this is something we can do. So with that, let me go into
so far what we've done has worked fabulously. And this, I think, will do just as well.
Right, you mean with the hyperketosis
Yeah.
and then just moving even
Yeah,
further into
in.
it. Now,
That's why I feel like when I said the other day, I feel like we could do better.
right. So the sugar fasting rotation protocol is going to be for 40 days unless we have some adverse effects or something happens that it's just not working, and we'll let you know that as well. And so you get to watch what we are doing. We are doing it so you don't have to. It's like the folks who get those goodie boxes every month and they try and test out all those ketogenic products so you don't have to, and give you their honest opinion.
I'm
right?
doing this because you don't have
That's
to.
right. You don't have to have grape juice, but I am.
Yeah.
So you're going to eat 3 meals a day. Breakfast, lunch, and a dinner. And you can also have 2 additional snacks throughout the day if you need to. It's optional. You don't need it if you don't want it. You also are going to be allowed 2, I'm calling them flex and or refeed days are allowed per month. That would be used on any of the days throughout the month, but you only get 2 days to do that in. So if you have company coming, if you have a wedding to go to, an anniversary, birthday party, graduation, where you are celebrating that with your family and friends, that would be the day that you could celebrate and not worry about the food, but have it, be mindful. Have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Don't have 5 plates, 2 extra large pizzas all to yourself. You want to eat a normal portion, 1 plate with your food, and if you want that piece of cake, get a smaller piece of cake, and don't worry about it. If you want to toast somebody with champagne that day, or you want to have brats and beer with your buddies that day, have those things, and then the next day you will be done with it. And see how you do the following day. Yes, you probably are going to go up on the scale. However, it's going to be water weight, and within a day or 2 of getting back on track, you're going to be done, and you don't have to feel guilty about it. You don't. So,
Does that include the fasting side of things, or?
What do you mean?
Well, like...
they can choose any day of the month,
right.
2 days.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't.
No. Yeah, 2 days.
I'm like just you guys. I just know it works for me, and I let her figure it out.
You can flex on any of the days. You choose which day you want to do it on.
All right. Okay.
So, I've done Monday through Sunday on here, and it's a repeat. Unless you're doing a flex diet, and then you would just omit whatever that is on that day, and then hit the next day. If you did it on a Friday, you would hit it on Saturday and keep going. If you did it on a Monday, you would start on Tuesday back into the protocol. The protocol is Monday is a sugar fasting day. Now, what that means, the difference between sugar fasting and sugar diet is you only eat natural sugars for the entire day.
Right.
And what does that mean? And I'm going to share what Harry and I are going to be doing. So, to eat all of the fresh fruits, dried fruits, frozen fruits, dates, raw honey, manuka honey, molasses, white table sugar, brown sugar, date sugar, agave, and candy without any fat or dairy. And I'm going to say something right here is I do not believe, just like every other diet, you don't have to be all organic, but if you're going to eat candy, be mindful of the amount of candy. Read the ingredients on the back and make sure the ingredients fit for you. No fat, no protein in that. And I am going to stick to more the whole fruits and the fruits. And if I have a piece of a hard candy, just to suck on, like a lemon drop or something like that.
Right.
We don't eat gummy bears or nerds or any of those things at all.
Never was into it.
Never was into it. So that wouldn't be for Harry and I, but it could be for you. It's the difference between making a grass-fed, grass-finished hamburger patty and driving through McDonald's and asking for 2 of the large hamburger patties and eating them. That's kind of how I feel the difference is. Drink. Fruit smoothies without any added protein or dairy. All fruit juices, canned syrup from canned fruit, water, electrolytes, lemonade made with 100% sugar, honey, fruit punch, coconut water, herbal tea, and water. And there's other things out there. I'm just giving you examples. This is not an absolute. You can only, I'm not telling you this is the only ones you can have. I'm sharing information on what you can choose from, as well as other things out there. If you want to get refrigerated organic fresh squeezed juices, as opposed to juices in a can or in a bottle that are shelf stable, that's up to you. You can do all 3 or a combination of all of those. On Tuesday, we're switching to a sugar diet day. And we are going to add starch and starchy vegetables for dinner. So you will do the sugar fast for your breakfast. You're going to have a nice big fruity breakfast.
Like what we showed.
Right. And that can be a smoothie, a bowl of fruit. That can be fruit juice. You have it your way. You want to do breakfast and lunch. And if you need a snack, you can have one of your 2 snacks a day. And then after lunch, I would give myself a few hours between lunch and dinner at least, so that you have time to burn the sugars that you have eaten for lunch. And then for dinner, you can have starch and vegetables for dinner. Now, some of the starchers can include all types of rice. And that includes wild rice, black rice, there's sushi rice, there's short grain rice, there's long grain rice, there's there's
Spanish rice.
yes, Spanish rice. Just make sure that they do not have any added fat to them. You can also have cream of rice. You can have no-fat cereals like cream of rice, puff wheat, shredded wheat, frosted flakes. Yes, I said frosted flakes. Kashi, etc. But be sure that the cereal you choose does not have any added fat to it. And you need to use fruit juice or plain coconut water to moisten your cereals or eat your cereals dry, because we're not drinking milk. We're not having any of the milk non-dairy milks, like no oat water, no almond water, no soy water, no anything like that. Real coconut water that's 100% coconut, pure coconut water from the inside of a coconut can be used. Now, you also can have yams, sweet potatoes, peas, corns, carrots, turnips, hearts of palm, artichokes, and all other vegetables, fresh, frozen, or even the no sodium added canned. You don't want canned vegetables that have a whole bunch of sodium in it, because this is really like a low sodium diet. I would drink my electrolyte every morning if you felt you needed one. But remember, high carbs are salt sparing. So your salt is going to be in your cells more than if you were on a no carb or no sugar diet. So no fat added to any of your vegetables at all. And that would include palmini noodles, palmini noodles that are made from hearts of palm. It also would include, and I don't have it in here, is pastas. You need to read the pasta, and a lot of wheat pastas have more protein in them than what the diet is wanting you to have on a daily basis. They also can have fats in them, and I don't know how they would do. I haven't seen anybody really going into the pasta part of it, from Mark Bell or Colt or Adrian, there's several out there. So I would go tread lightly with that at first. If it works for you, that's great. We have konjac root pastas that we can use this day because they're made with Japanese yam. So I feel more comfortable using that than having anything with wheat that's wheat. So that's just me. It may work perfect for you, and if it does, let us know in comments how it's doing if you choose to do this. Now, Wednesday is a sugar fasting day, and it just says see Monday for the list. So Monday was sugar fasting. Tuesday was a sugar diet day where we're going to add some starch and vegetables at dinner. Wednesday is a sugar fasting day again. Thursday is a sugar diet day. Now, if you look at this, breakfast and lunch on every single day is sugar. It's fruits, fruit juices, and the sugars that we talk about. So you're tiding over, and instead of doing a dry fast or a water fast, you're fasting on the sugars, the fructose, sucrose, glucose that's in the fruits. At dinner time, you get to have lean protein, and that can be, you know, boneless, skinless chicken breast, boneless, skinless turkey, bison, wild game meat, which would be the bison, the elk, the moose. You can have all of the seafoods if you're having shrimp or lobster or fish, very lean red meat, and non-starchy vegetables for your meal. Non-starchy vegetables would be the vegetables like all lettuce, leafy field greens, sprouts, cucumbers, cauliflower, broccoli, green beans, onions, peppers especially. Basically any vegetable that grows above the ground, plus a couple of the lower carb ones like radish or carrots that grow under the ground. But basically, if you're low carb, you know what vegetables work best for you. And that's what I would use. But the nice thing is you could have very lean ground turkey or very lean bison and add carrots and peas to that and use some no fat added bouillon broth and make yourself a really nice comfort food and be able to stay on the sugar diet day. The next day is again a sugar fasting day. So every other day is going to be a sugar fasting day, 100%. And then you wake up in the morning and you still have the fruit all the way up till 5 p.m. that day. So you've got a long fast every day.
All right.
Saturday.
But it's really doable, right?
Right. Saturday is a sugar diet day, and we are going to make that one a protein shake day. So you're going to do the sugar fast for your breakfast, for your lunch, and any snack that you have, but at around 5 p.m. or your dinner time, whatever works for you in your dinner time frame, your third meal that you would be eating, we are going to have a protein shake, and we're going to make sure that there is a minimal of fat in that protein shake. So if we use keto chow, it's less than 1 gram of protein. 1 gram of fat in that shake. So we are going to take our omega-3 fatty acid pill that we have that is fat, and take it when we drink our shake so that any fat soluble vitamins that are in it will be able to be absorbed. So that's a perfect day to use just an omega-3 capsule or a tablespoon of your fish oil for this, or flax oil, or what's the flour that you can use? Anyway, there's omega-3s that you can get if you're vegan. No, or krill oil, or evening primrose oil.
That's one thing about the oils too, right?
Right, you don't want any of them.
Yeah,
so
none.
Then Sunday, we do the protein shake day. Now, Sunday is a sugar fasting day. So both Sunday and Monday, you're going to do a long sugar fast. It's going to be Sunday, Monday, all the way through till Tuesday at dinner time. So, in my opinion, if at all possible, when you want a flex day or a refeed day, I would use it on a Friday or Saturday. Most people do stuff like that, so that I have 2.5 days of the sugar fast to drop any water weight and bloating that I have from doing a relax flex day for that. That would be the day where if you want something or you're craving something, you can have it that day. As long as you're not eating something you know will tip you, that you aren't going to go to the Cheesecake Factory and order 5 different flavors of cheesecake that day. Because you're not training your body or your mind to just eat like a normal serving size. And that's what I'm talking about, normal serving size. You go to the wedding, the dinner is provided. You have a slice of wedding cake. You have a toast the bride and groom, whether you're alcoholic or non-alcoholic. You toast them. You eat the meal that's provided. If it's a buffet, you have 1 plate. 1 plate is where your food goes. You don't need 3 plates. You don't need to go to Golden Corral and have 5 plates of food. You decide that you want to have a portion of meat, you want a portion of starch, and you want a vegetable, and you want a dessert. And you can do that. And that if that's when you want a glass of milk, you can have that too with a piece of pie. But I'm just saying you have to be mindful of it. And this isn't a go hog wild. This is, I want to lose the weight on my body. Harry needs to, and he's already, we can tell he's losing weight just from the hyperketosis diet. His stomach has gone down, so have mine. My shirts are getting baggier in the front. And that's the main thing. So this is what we're going to do for 40 days or until I go to London. And when I go to London, I'm going to kind of use this protocol depending on the foods and stuff there.
Yeah, but the beauty of this is that
my flex day is going to be our high tea that we're going to spend $100 a person on, right? And I'm going to have high tea. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to have the finger sandwiches. I'm going to have the champagne. I'm going to have the popover with the clotted cream. And I'm experiencing the whole thing. We're also going to go out to dinner one night. And I would love to go to a curry house because I love curries and have curry with rice. Otherwise, everything is going to be on the floor at the hotel for the high, the Marriott folks that are platinum, and they have a lot of food that they put out throughout the day, and I can grab a banana, an apple, an orange, stick it in my bag, and have those when we go on a tour or something. So I'm really looking forward to that. If they don't have the fruit I need, I can go to a fruit grocery store and buy some, even if it's a can that I have to have a can opener and take it to my room. So I'm not worried about that. But we want to do this because we're coming from a really keto lifestyle where we did not go off or flex at all. We really did not. And when we got to have the fruit again and the vegetables again, and our body weight started to move downward, even through all of the stuff I've gone through, I was able to lose 8 pounds so far. Harry lost 8 pounds as well. It's not as much as they say you can lose, but we're also going through limitations and sedentary and those kinds of things.
We're not workout people, really.
Right. So I am amazed at how many folks that are European, that are over in Europe, that are doing this. But there's a lot of bodybuilders that are doing it, and I don't see anybody that's 71, 70 years old doing this that has the lifestyle. And I thought, you know what? If we can help somebody else by doing this and put up with all of the hate that people are going to do because they don't understand or they don't want to hear it, or their favorite doctor, they're so sucked into having a favorite doctor in the ketogenic sphere that doesn't know who you are, does not know your history, your physical history, has never done an exam on you, who does not know your blood workup or any of those things, and you're listening to what they have to say, that's fine. But until I have a doctor that I'm going to, that I discuss all of this with and have tests to back it up with, I'm going to listen to what they have to say. I'm going to take and listen to it, but then I'm going to make a decision on where I'm going to be and what I'm going to be doing. Because I'm not saying they're right or wrong. Most doctors that talk on the YouTube channel tell you need to speak to your doctor first. You need to, especially if you are taking any medicine whatsoever, any medication, don't remove any medication, don't change your diet till you speak to your physician who has your chart with all of the data and all of the information in it first, especially if you have an autoimmune disease, your diabetes, type 1 or type 2, you need to speak to a doctor. And I would tell you that with whatever diet you have, because we feel like we know that doctor because we're watching them every day. We're listening to every single thing they say about everything. But they don't know you unless you've paid them to be your physician and to review all of your blood workup and work out a specialized diet for you and protocol for you. That's how I feel about it. And there are some doctors out there that have never been overweight in their life, never had a weight problem in their life. They did it especially because of endurance and sports minded. And they found what works for them. And that's fine and dandy. But I'm not a sports-minded person. I'm not a person lifting weights. I'm 71, not 35, or 45, or 55, or 65, right? So there's a huge difference. So I just want to say, please be kind. There's going to be trolls. Don't fight amongst yourselves in the comments or on our Facebook with Wendy fans.
This is more of an experiment.
This is an experiment that we are doing. And the only way to find out if it's going to work is to do it.
Right.
And to have a doctor know what you're doing.
Right.
And be honest with your doctor.
And get blood tests.
And get blood tests before and after. Weigh and measure.
I go right in the
watch
middle
yourself
too.
carefully.
Do in the beginning, the middle, and at the end, so you can see your progression, whether you went up or with your health, your blood. Up or down. That's what I want to do. So.
Another thing is, like with Harry, he's on medicine. The doctor needs to know that. I'm taking these pills for my pain and what's going on with my neck. There's lots of factors. And just because a doctor or a influencer or one that has gone through the training to be a health coach in the sphere that they are at, which would be the ketogenic sphere right now, does not mean they learned or were trained about the benefits of what this is, because they're learning in the ketogenic sphere. And there's been a lot of hate
it works
on sugar. And I really feel the more I'm looking at it, the more I have researched, it's not sugar that is bad or good. It's benign. Now, you can be allergic or have oxalate issues. So the vegetables you choose, or lectin issues, the vegetables you choose need to work for you. The fruits you choose need to work for you. The starches you choose need to work for you. Because what may work for you won't work for me. I'm not going to eat Frosted Flakes. I didn't like Frosted Flakes when I was a kid. I'm not going to eat Frosted Flakes. I don't miss the cereals, right? The cream of wheat or cream of rice. I put a whole bucket of sugar in mine in order to get it down.
I did like Captain Crunch.
Well, Captain Crunch, if you want a sugary cereal, you need to make sure there's no oil in it. The sugar is the thing that is free on this diet. And you need to make sure, if you are lifting weights, you're super active, that you're getting enough calories. The calories consist of using as a lever honey, molasses, date sugar, agave, table sugar, so that you're getting enough calories for you and your body, just like in the ketogenic sphere to carnivore sphere, you use butter or MCT oil or coconut oil in your coffee to boost your calories so that you are eating enough. So that's super important too. Another thing Harry and I are not doing on this is I am not populating my carb manager.
Right.
I don't think. I may not, but I may.
Yeah.
Just so I have a little bit of
I had a discussion about this.
Yeah. Because I know people are going to ask, so maybe I should track it for maybe a week just to kind of give you a heads up on what we're doing.
That's a good idea.
You know, I just need to make sure if I'm adding honey or sugar, I'm weighing it and measuring it. And the thing about this diet is if you're out and about and you're feeling a little lightheaded, you can grab a piece of hard candy or one of the Nerds or gummy bears or something like that. Here's another thing. I just want this to be easy. So we're sticking pretty narrow on our starches to rice and potatoes. You make a bunch of baked potatoes, put them in the refrigerator, you can nuke them and you can have the barbecue sauce on it. You can have the teriyaki sauce on it. You can have the sauces that have sugar or high fructose corn syrup in them or both, right? Or any of the sugar, dextrose or any of those things that you want to have, as long as it doesn't have fat in it, and it's very low protein, like maybe 0.5 gram or 1 gram of protein per serving. And read the serving sizes and measure those and use those, because you're going to have to find out what works for you. And you may go up a little bit when you're adding the starch day or the lean protein day, but then you're going to come back down and then lose weight again down. So you're going to be doing, you know, the stair-stepping program. If you feel at any time you want to add more sugar fasting, that's fine. You want to do it twice in a row, do it Monday and Tuesday, skip the starch and starchy vegetables for dinner on Tuesday, just make it a straight sugar fasting diet. Then on Wednesday, it's a sugar fasting diet, so that gives you 3 days, and then hit it again on Thursday.
Yeah.
So there's ways to work it. Also, if you're going out but you want to stick to this diet, you can go to like an Asian restaurant and get steamed vegetables and rice. Super easy. You can go to like a Yogi's or a teriyaki house and get chicken teriyaki and rice.
That's what I want to do.
Harry's all excited about that
go
one.
do that, man.
You can go to like where we go to Blue Water Cafe, which is a seafood, and they make sushi.
Yeah.
How about having some sushi?
I know.
You can have sushi, you guys. I mean, this really is not a limited protocol. It's just different and unique to what you are used to doing if you are doing this in a ketogenic sphere. That's all. So please leave me questions if you have any. Like I said, this is not absolute. If you find a starch that's not on here, just read the ingredients, read to see that there's no added oil. And if there is protein, you just need to be mindful of how much that is per serving, because we are keeping the protein low and we are keeping the fat low on this protocol.
Right.
So hopefully this helps you guys. We are going to do the weigh and measuring and all of that stuff, but we're using our weight that we weighed in yesterday, and we started this today. So I was at 208 and you were at 190 what? Anyway, you can go back and watch that video because we've got that. So let us know how you guys are doing. Don't hate me, Paula. Don't hate me, Kim. Don't hate me, Gladys, because we're doing this so you don't have to. And maybe we have come into something that might just get all that weight off of us so that we know how to maintain.
Right.
But we need to get this weight off. It's so important to get the weight off and get down to where we need to go. So I just wanted to share that with anybody. And I was also thinking of people, my friend Jelly, who is fat to keto. She had a heart attack when she was reading about this, but she's also mast cell activation. And she
Right.
has some major issues. And she's got a
That's
lot of
gotta be
fruits
bad.
now that she can eat and carrots that she can eat. And maybe this is something she can work herself into.
Right.
But that's up to her. But I'm just saying there are people that have mast cell activation, and it might be something, maybe they can eat fresh fruits and vegetables from their garden that are picked and you just eat them, that might be able to work it so that they can get back on track, right? Most vegetables and fruits, they say, are picked and then flash frozen right away, but I don't know how that works for somebody with mast cell activation. So anyway, Jelly, don't be mad at me and Harry. Yes, we're crazy, and we know it. Anyway, you guys, let us know. We'll get our weight and our measurements so that we have them.
Right.
And do that with each other so that we have that for the beginning of everything. So anyway, you guys, as always, if you are new and you like what you see, please remember to subscribe. Like, subscribe, ring the little bell so you get notified every time we upload a new video. Go research this. If there's something you think you want to do, talk to a medical professional that knows you, your body, and your medications. Please. And stay safe and be happy. Be happy, everybody. Good night, everyone.